At a party, we played truth or dare. I lost. I cose dare. Call your ex my boyfriend. Carter had a cigarette dangling from his lips and chuckled. She doesn't have an ex. I'm her first love. I do. Carter froze. His smile vanishing in front of everyone. I dialed that number I knew by heart. Half an hour later, the aloof and legendary Liam Sterling pushed open the door to the private room and beckoned to me. Wendy, come here. Carter took me to a gathering with his friends. After dinner, everyone suggested playing truth or dare. Carter lost the first round. He chose dare. A guy sitting by the door got excited. Let's play big. Young Master Carter. Call your ex dare or not. The atmosphere instantly ignited. Amidst everyone's cheering, Carter rubbed my hand. He had a pair of peach blossom eyes that looked affectionate. Even when looking at a dog, he asked me, babe, can I call? I knew he had an ex-girlfriend. After all, Carter was the campus hunk of a university. His dating history was always under scrutiny. Sister-in-law, gotta have some game spirit. Under everyone's expectant gaze, I smiled and nodded. It's fine. Go ahead. Sister-in-law is generous. Carter smiled, pinched my cheek and took out his phone. The call was picked up after 3 rings. Bella, I've drunk. Come pick me up. Carter gave the address and hung up. Without waiting for a response, he tossed his phone onto the table casually and went back to playing with my hand. My hands were soft and pale. Carter loved to knead my palms whenever he had nothing to do, playing with them tirelessly. His friend mocked him. Young Master Carter, you that confident your ex will show up? He scoffed, his tone full of confidence. My understanding of her, she'll be here in 10 minutes. Then he glanced at me sideways, afraid I might be unhappy, and added, babe, don't be mad. It's just a game. 8 minutes his ex-girlfriend arrived. Red wavy hair, hot body, a completely different type of woman from me. She opened the door and immediately spotted the conspicuous Carter. Her eyes lit up when her gaze swept over me beside him. She paused abruptly. There was a hint of coquettish blame in her eyes. As she looked at Carter. Carter, you playing me? The guy to Carter's right quickly gave up his seat. Mr. Bella, sit here. Bella seemed to know everyone present and sat down without hesitation. Carter freed a hand to place a glass of alcohol in front of her. Knew you love this here. Saved it for you. Bella didn't say much. Down the glass in one go. Sister Bella is mighty. The crowd cheered continuously. Bella poured herself another full glass, turned to look at Carter with a beaming smile. Carter, shall we go? Carter's hand had let go of mine. At some point, he clinked glasses with Bella playing drinking games and rolling dice. It made me the good girl look out of place. I was severely allergic to alcohol. My juice glass was already empty. Carter was having too much fun. He started putting his arm around shoulders, but not my shoulders. Seemingly blinded by alcohol, he naturally draped his arm around his ex-girlfriend's shoulder. She didn't seem to mind letting him do it. The people around didn't seem to think anything was wrong either, until the drinks went round again, and we entered the next round of truth or dare. Unfortunately, I lost. Everyone let loose in this round. They jeered at me. Old rules. Call your ex. Carter was already sitting back beside me, his face flushed with alcohol. Hearing this, he chuckled. She doesn't have an ex. I'm her first love, babe. I'm your first man, right? Although he was asking me, his face held absolute confidence in himself, because I had always maintained a good girl image, in front of everyone. So everyone believed Carter's words? Without a doubt. Then sister-in-law has to drink these 3 glasses. Sister-in-law is so innocent. Young Master Carter, you're lucky. Drink up. Drink up. Carter's eyes crinkled in a smile. He was in a good mood. I'll drink this for her. He started to stand up to take the glass. I suddenly reached out to stop him. Amidst the noise of the crowd, I spoke slowly. I do. Carter froze, suspecting he heard wrong. What did you say, babe? The room went silent instantly. I blinked, my tone serious. Carter, don't drink yet. I haven't lost for sure. Carter's smile vanished. For some reason, Bella burst out laughing. She patted Carter's shoulder. Carter, it's just a game. Have some spirit. Besides, I'm quite curious what your little girlfriend's ex looks like. Under everyone's playful and curious gazes, I took out my phone, pulled a number out of the blacklist and dialed it. The phone rang for quite a while before being picked up. I poke first. I drank alcohol. Can you come pick me up? I'm out. I gave the address. Before he could speak, I hung up first. Carter stared at my dark phone screen and laughed, patted my head, his face returning to his unruly smile. Babe, no need to find a random person to bluff. Not having an ex isn't embarrassing. I'll drink this for you. Carter looked pleased, picked up the 3 glasses on the table, and downed them all. No one took this interlude seriously. Next round, Bella was eager to try. Bella, I advise you not to play. You're a black hole for games, Carter said familiarly. Bella refused to accept it and glared at him. Watch me win. Sure enough, Bella lost. Sister Bella. Truth or dare? Bella glanced at Carter and shrugged. My ex is already here. I choose truth. Carter's friend's playful gaze circled the three of us. Then I'll just ask something random. Sister Bella, do you still like your ex? Question was anything but random. Bella didn't speak for several seconds. I forfeit. She laughed self-deprecatingly. She poured 3 full glasses and started drinking. The hand playing with my hair suddenly stopped. In the moment, Bella fell silent. Carter's gaze had been fixed on her, watching her drink glass after glass. His eyes were dark. No one knew what he was thinking. I pulled my hair out of his hand and handed him my empty cup. Carter, pour me some water. Carter snapped back to reality. He grabbed a cold beer nearby and filled my cup. I looked at the cup, quickly forming condensation droplets, and didn't make a sound. Carter's friend tried to break the awkward atmosphere. Come on, come on. Next round. Just then, the door to the private room was pushed open. Liam Sterling, dressed in business attire, appeared at the door. His cool gaze landed on the beer, still emitting cold air in front of me. Liam's face was stern, under the surprised or confused gazes of everyone present. He looked at me calmly and beckoned. Wendy, come here. Liam's arrival shocked everyone. Basically everyone at a university had heard of his fame. Liam was a legend at a university. Superior background, top-tier IQ and EQ. He founded his own tech company right after graduation. In just 2 years, the company's market value broke $100 million. His net worth rose with the tide, becoming a new tech tycoon. In the business world, you could say he was the idol of the junior boys, the ideal partner for the junior girls. Even though he had graduated 2 years ago, the legends about him in school never faded. Every freshman would be educated by seniors about his legend. There was a topic on the school forum. Who do you want to date most in school? Liam's name still topped the list. Even Carter, known as the campus hunk for his looks, could only settle for second place. But Liam was rarely on campus during his studies, so no one could verify the truth about his love life. Now that he suddenly appeared at the door, no one recovered except Carter. Connecting it to the call I just made, he suddenly wrapped his arm around my shoulder, possessively looking at Liam. He asked coldly, "Who did you say you're looking for?" Liam's gaze lingered on my shoulder for a second, before returning to my face. Wendy, come here. Although there were no actual weapons, the air was filled with tension. I wanted to go back, so I picked up my bag to stand up, but I couldn't move. Carter wouldn't let me up. I turned to look at him. Carter, I want to go back. Carter's handsome face radiated a chill. He gritted his teeth and asked me word by word, "Babe, you really have an ex?" I found his anger quite baffling. He has an ex? I have an ex? Isn't this normal? Who made the rule that he has to be my first love? Carter, you're a sore loser. I swear. My voice was very soft and gentle, just stating a fact plainly. But Carter suddenly acted like a cat stepped on his tail. He pushed me away, looking exasperated. Yes, I'm a sore loser. Then go. If you leave, don't come back. Knowing Carter for 6 months, dating for 3, this was the first time I found Carter so emotionally unstable. His extreme reaction puzzled me. I took a step back and waved at him. Then I'm leaving. Bye. Just as I was leaving the room, a crisp sound of a shattering glass came from behind, along with Bella's scream. Carter, your hand. I wanted to look back, but was blocked by Liam's tall figure. He turned my head forward, his tone flat. Watch where you're going. Chapter 1, The Cold Seat. I didn't look back. The sound of shattering glass echoed in the corridor, followed by the hushed, frantic whispers of Carter's friends. My heart hammered against my ribs, a mixture of adrenaline and a strange, hollow ache. Liam didn't stop walking. He didn't drag me, but his presence was a forceful current that I naturally drifted into. He stopped at the elevator, pressed the button with a slender, well-groomed finger, and finally looked at me. Are you hurt? His voice was low, vibrating with a suppressed anger that I knew wasn't directed at me. No, I whispered, clutching my purse strap. I didn't drink. Not really. He glanced at my hands, the hands Carter loved to play with but never noticed were cold. Liam reached out, his warm palm engulfing my icy fingers. He didn't need them playfully. He just held them, transferring heat. I know, he said simply. You're allergic. The elevator doors chimed open. We stepped inside, the mirrored walls reflecting a disheveled girl in a pale dress and a man who looked like he owned the building. He didn't know. I said, my voice trembling slightly. Why was I defending Carter? I never told him. If he cared to look, he would have seen the hives you get when you even smell cheap vodka, Liam remarked, his eyes fixed on the changing floor numbers. Or he would have noticed you switched to juice an hour ago. He was too busy looking at someone else. The truth stung more than the cold air outside. When we reached the curb, a sleek, black Maybach was waiting. The driver opened the door, but Liam waved him off, taking the keys himself. He ushered me into the passenger seat. The interior smelled of cedarwood and the faint, nostalgic scent of mint, the same gum he used to chew in the university library when he was tutoring me. As the car pulled away, merging into the neon-lit traffic, my phone buzzed incessantly. Carter, 5 missed calls. Carter, pick up the phone, Wendy. Carter, you really left? With him? Carter, don't come crying back when he dumps you. Carter, I'm bleeding. Are you happy? I stared at the messages. The manipulation was so clumsy, so obvious. Had it always been this way? Or had I just been wearing rose-colored glasses because I wanted a normal, simple love after the whirlwind that was Liam Sterling? Liam's hand reached over and plucked the phone from my grip. He didn't look at the screen. He just tossed it into the back seat. Out of sight, he murmured. Where are you taking me? My place. Unless you want to go back to your dorm and have him bang on your door all night. I stayed silent. He was right. Carter knew where I lived. Why did you come? I asked after a long silence. I thought you hated me. Liam downshifted as we hit a red light. He turned to me, the city lights casting shadows across his sharp jawline. I could never hate you, Wendy. I was just waiting for you to realize that you were dating a boy, not a man. Chapter 2: The Hangover. The next morning, I woke up in a guest room that was bigger than my entire apartment. The sheets were gray silk. On the bedside table, there was a glass of warm milk and a note. Meeting at 9. Make yourself at home. Passcode is your birthday. Elle. I touched the paper. My birthday. Even after 2 years of silence, he kept my birthday as his door code. I turned on my phone. It nearly exploded with notifications. 30 calls from Carter. Dozens of texts from our mutual friends calling me heartless for leaving Carter when he was injured. Apparently, the cut on his hand from the glass required stitches. Then a photo sent by Bella. It was a selfie taken in a hospital room. Carter looked pale and sullen in the background, his hand bandaged. Bella was smiling, captioning it. Some people don't deserve you. I'm here. I felt nothing. No jealousy. Just exhaustion. I went to the living room. It was a minimalist penthouse overlooking the city skyline. I sat on the sofa, hugging my knees. I had dated Carter because he was safe. He was loud, popular, and simple. Being with him felt like a typical college experience. Being with Liam had felt like standing in the center of a hurricane, intense, overwhelming, and terrifying. I had run away from Liam because I felt small beside him. I was just a scholarship student. He was the heir to a dynasty. But last night, Carter had made me feel smaller than Liam ever did. At noon, the door beeped. Liam walked in, loosening his tie. He looked tired, but his eyes brightened when he saw me. You're awake. Hungry? I should go, I said, standing up. I have class. I drove you here. I'll drive you back. Liam, we can't do this. I have a boyfriend. Liam stopped in the middle of the room. He laughed, a dry, humorless sound. Do you? Because last night he told you to leave. He publicly humiliated you for his ex. And now, Liam pulled out his own phone and scrolled. He's posting about how real love is someone who stays. He showed me Carter's Instagram story. A picture of Bella holding his bandaged hand. Real ones never leave. He's trying to provoke you, Liam said, stepping closer. He wants you to react. To fight for him. It feeds his ego. I know, I said quietly. So don't give it to him. Liam stood in front of me, close enough that I could feel the heat radiating from him. Break up with him properly. Then, figure out who you are without a guy attached to your hip. Is that what you want? For me to be single? Liam looked down at me, his gaze intense. I want you to be happy. If that means being single, fine. If that means being with me. He paused, his voice dropping to a husky whisper. Then I'm willing to start over. Not as the legend and the student. Just Liam and Wendy. Chapter 3: The Confrontation. I returned to campus that afternoon. Liam dropped me off a block away to avoid a scene, but the gossip mill was already churning. When I walked into the cafeteria, the noise level dropped. Eyes followed me. I kept my head high and went to the line. Yo, sister-in-law. One of Carter's friends, the one who had mocked me last night, blocked my path. Carter is looking for you. You got some nerve showing up after dumping him for a sugar daddy. I didn't dump him, I said calmly. He told me to leave. Wendy. Carter's voice cut through the noise. He walked over, his right hand heavily bandaged, Bella trailing behind him like a shadow. He looked exhausted, his eyes red. Where were you last night? He demanded, ignoring the crowd watching us. I went to a friend's house. I lied. A friend? You mean Liam Sterling? Carter sneered. So it's true? You were cheating on me with him the whole time? That's why you knew his number. I wasn't cheating, I said, my patience snapping. I dated him 2 years ago. Before I even met you. Carter froze. The crowd murmured. Wendy dated Liam Sterling? You're his ex? Carter blinked, processing this. Wait. You're the Wendy? The one he named his AI project after? I stiffened. I didn't know about that. It doesn't matter, I said. Carter, we're done. You humiliated me. You prioritized Bella. You told me to leave. So I left. I was drunk, Carter shouted, grabbing my arm. I was just playing a game. Why are you so sensitive? Bella and I are just friends. Why can't you be cool like her? Because I'm not her. I ripped my arm away. And thank God for that. If you walk away now, Carter threatened, his voice shaking with a mix of rage and panic, don't think I'll take you back. Carter, I looked him in the eye, feeling lighter than I had in months. I'm not asking you to. I walked away. I heard Bella whisper loudly behind me. Let her go, Carter. She's obviously just climbing the social ladder. She'll come crawling back when Liam gets bored of a plain girl like her. Carter didn't chase me this time. Chapter 4. The Gala. 2 weeks passed. I focused on my studies. I blocked Carter on everything. He tried to reach out through friends, sometimes angry, sometimes begging, but I held the line. Then came the University Innovation Gala. It was the biggest event of the year. Students, alumni, and investors mingled. I was volunteering at the registration desk, wearing a simple black dress. Carter arrived with Bella on his arm. He wore a tuxedo, looking every bit the campus hunk, but there was a sullenness to his mouth. When he saw me, he stopped. He whispered something to Bella, who laughed and smirked at me. They walked over. Checking coats, Wendy? Bella asked sweetly. It suits you. Service industry. Actually, a deep voice resonated from behind me. She's my +1. She's just helping out because the organizer was short-staffed. Liam stepped out from the VIP lounge. He looked devastating in a bespoke midnight blue suit. The air around him screamed power. He didn't look at Bella or Carter. He looked at me. Ready to go in? He asked, offering his arm. I hesitated for a split second, then took it. Carter's face turned a violent shade of red. You brought her? He spat at Liam. Liam finally acknowledged him, looking at Carter with the indifference of a lion looking at a mouse. Is there a problem? She's single. I'm single. We're on a break, Carter stammered. She dumped you, Liam corrected. Loudly. In the cafeteria. I heard the video went viral. Carter stepped forward, fists clenched. You think you're better than me just because you have money? I know her. She likes simple guys. She hates your world. She'll leave you again. Liam's expression didn't change, but his eyes grew cold. She didn't leave because of my world, Carter. She left because she was scared I would consume her. But you? She left you because you treated her like an accessory to your ego. You had a diamond, and you traded it for. Liam glanced briefly at Bella, who was chewing gum with her mouth open. Glass. Bella gasped. Excuse me. Liam ignored her and led me into the ballroom. Chapter 5. The Truth or Dare. Inside the ballroom, the atmosphere was electric. Liam introduced me to investors, not as his girl, but as Wendy, a brilliant literature major with a sharp mind for analysis. He respected me. Later in the night, the student council organized a game on the main stage to lighten the mood. The host, clearly looking for drama, called up prominent figures. Mr. Sterling, would you join us? And Carter, come on up. The crowd cheered. It was a train wreck waiting to happen. Liam looked at me. Do you want to leave? No, I said, feeling a sudden surge of courage. Let's finish the game. We went up. Me, Liam, Carter, and Bella. The bottle spun. It landed on Carter. Truth or dare? The host asked. Carter glared at Liam. Dare. I dare you to kiss the person you love most in this room. The room went silent. Bella preened, fixing her hair, turning her body toward Carter. Carter hesitated. He looked at Bella. Then he looked at me. I was standing next to Liam, my hand lightly resting on his arm. Carter took a step toward me. Carter, don't, I said softly. I love you, Wendy, Carter said, his voice cracking. I was an idiot. Bella means nothing. She was just nostalgia. You're my future. Please, come back. He reached for me. Bella let out a screech of indignation and stormed off the stage, knocking over a microphone stand. The crowd gasped. Carter ignored them, staring at me with puppy dog eyes. I did the dare. I chose you. I stepped back, moving closer to Liam. You don't love me, Carter, I said into the silence. You love that I was yours. And you hate that I'm not anymore. The host, trying to save the moment, spun the bottle again. It landed on Liam. Mr. Sterling, the host squeaked. Truth or dare? Truth, Liam said immediately. The rumor is, you never got over your ex. Is that true? Liam turned to me. He didn't care about the microphone or the audience. Yes, he said clearly. I never did. She left because she thought she wasn't enough. But the truth is, I was the one who wasn't ready to show her she was everything. He took my hand. Wendy, I don't want to play games. I don't want to hide. I want to be with you. Properly. No exes, no drama, just us. Carter stood there, frozen. the humiliating rejection washing over him in front of the entire school and alumni board. He looked small, defeated. I looked at Liam. The aloof, cold legend was looking at me with terrified hope. Okay, I smiled, tears pricking my eyes. Okay. Epilogue 3 years later. Carter dropped out shortly after the gala. Rumor was he transferred to a school overseas to escape the embarrassment. Bella moved on to another guy within a week. I graduated with honors. I didn't work for Liam's company. I became an editor at a publishing house, making my own way. Tonight was the launch of Liam's new AI interface. I stood backstage, watching him give the keynote speech. He was charismatic, powerful, and commanded the room. This system, Liam said to the audience, is designed to learn, to adapt, and to care. I named it Wendy. The crowd applauded. He walked off stage, straight to me. He loosened his tie, just like he did that morning in his penthouse. How did I do? He asked. You were okay, I teased. A bit wordy. Liam laughed, wrapping his arms around my waist and lifting me off the ground. Let's go home, Wendy. Your home or mine? Ours, he said, kissing my forehead. We walked out the back exit, hand in hand. The winter air was cold, but for the first time in a long time, I wasn't freezing. I had found my fire, and I wasn't afraid of getting burned anymore. The end.